You know, it's a freedom many of us take for granted, access to a store, a restaurant, a business.
Oh yeah, everyone, including the disabled, has a right to be able to enter those places. The law protects that freedom.
Tonight we are looking out for you, asking how a business or public entity can get away with not providing handicapped access. Truth is, most of them cannot.
For Jill Hindman, a wheelchair is freedom. Without it, her world would be very small. So when she runs into a building that has no access, for her, it's an issue of freedom.
You know, it's better than when I was a kid or a teenager. I mean, I will say that. But there are still areas where we have a long way to go.
The Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 guarantees disabled persons have the easy access to public places, but there are exceptions. The Pickle Barrel in Chattanooga is one of them.
There's no way we can make this handicap accessible because the ramp would have to extend out into the sidewalk.
Nick Bowers says the city of Chattanooga won't let him do that. Hindman doesn't argue. She just points out the obvious.
Well, I mean, it's frustrating if you're downtown and you're alone and you're just, it's lunchtime or dinner time and you're hungry, and that's the closest restaurant.
Pam Jackson is a disability rights activist. She says even if it might seem impossible for businesses to be ADA compliant, it really isn't.
There are ways to become accessible, even if it's not really achievable.
She says businesses like restaurants can deliver meals to disabled people through takeout, or they can assist them coming into the establishment. Nick Bauer says he already does that.
I'd like to make it handicap accessible, but it's not possible to do it.
But Jill Hindman says businesses need to go even further.
It doesn't cost as much as I probably think it does.
There are other exemptions to the Americans with Disabilities Act. One is buildings and areas on the National Register of Historic Places, but as access advocates point out, many of them accommodate wheelchair users